Hi, Aoife. How are you? John here. I actually don't know if we've ever spoken before, so you may not have heard my voice before, so I hopefully you can understand me. Um, so I just wanted to show you some of this SEO, Google optimization thing, just to wrap your head around what has to be done because, like, if I do it, there's a bit involved in it. So if I do it, I'll have to charge you a few bob, or I can show you how to do it yourself. So I know you have a login for the site. I don't know what you've seen on the back end of the site and what you haven't, but this is your home page um for the the site, you know. So this is your um this is the background of it, so you can kind of see that there are your two nice pictures that you have at the front, and then we have a shop online with your product grid, and then a little bit about yourself with your your awards and whatever. But I've added this thing to the site called Yoast SEO, right? And basically what this does is allows you to put in um, what you want to rank for on Google, and it gives you a set of tools, or sorry, it analyzes your page. So it analyzes this page and says, if you want to be found as makeup artist in Rathfarnham, this is what you have to do. So if we scroll down, this gives you a little Google preview. This is what your site would look like on Google, right? But if you go into SEO analysis here, you have red for bad, orange for okay, and green for good. So it basically tells you what to do here. Um, so the text length, your text contains 122 words. It should be 300. So you'd need to add more text to the page to make it to bump it up in and be optimized for that keyword makeup artist by Farnham. Your key phrase doesn't appear in your first paragraph, so you have to say makeup artist by Farnham immediately. All this kind of stuff, I can send you if you decide you want to do this yourself. I can send you like a Yoast website where you can learn about all this stuff. I can do this for you, as I say, but obviously have to charge you for it. There's a bit of work in it. So you basically have to do all this stuff to turn as many of these green as you can on all of the pages on your site. So your site has we have the home page, which is fairly minimalistic. Like you see, it's nice and graphicy. We just have shop online. So the only thing we're saying is just that your Aoife is who she is. Like it's not saying anything really about makeup for artists and all that kind of stuff, you know. So in services, then it'd be a good place to get some stuff in. We have some info in there, but we're just kind of giving a little paragraph about we would need to talk a bit more and maybe make makeup lessons a full page on its own, bridal trials a full page on their own, whatever, you know. Like that's probably a bigger job for down the road, but we need to kind of get all the buzzwords in because at the moment you're just, which is perfectly what you were asked to do at the time. You just kind of have these paragraphs here, you know, like, but they don't say Rathfarnham. So if you're not saying Rathfarnham on your site, it's not going to come up. If you're not saying Dublin on your site, you're not going to come up for Dublin. So if I was to edit the services page here, you'll see that on the services page we have exactly the same thing down here. So this is your services page, and you should see your grids popping up now in a sec. So there's your makeup, and you can edit the text and all that in there. Um, and then down the bottom here, we can type in what we want to be found for on Google, and then this little plugin will analyze the whole page and tell us, right, if you want to rank in Makeup Artist Dublin, this is what you have to do, and it tells you what to do. That's it. So I googled. So that basically is the crux of how you optimize your site, right? You can fill in this box. You can have it log into the site and have a mess around. As far as I know, you're an administrator on the site. Aoifecrossing@gmail.com. Username is Aoife. If you don't know your password, I can send you your password. But you can log in and have a look around yourself if you want. But it's basically making all those lights there, making all of those green, is how you get ranked your site organically ranked up on Google. Now I searched for makeup artist Rathfarnham, and forget about the map. I'll talk to you about that in a sec. You get Facebook, be permanentmakeup.ie, Yelp, blah blah blah. But your Instagram page is like one, two, three, four, fifth. So if you Google makeup artist Rathfarnham, your Instagram page already comes up as the fifth. So if we could put a bit of work into your site, you'd have a good chance of bumping up them. Because like Yelp, the best 10 makeup artists near Rathfarnham, Dublin, that's nothing to do with anybody, you know. Um, it's almost there for the taking. If you type in Dublin, it's obviously a bit more complicated because like Treatwell are involved. Makeup by Claire, that's this girl is number one. Then Fresha is number two. Weddings online is number 3, but again, that's just a blog post linking to other people. Then that girl, never know how to pronounce that name. That girl is number 4. So there's a few bits and pieces of people in there, real websites rather than just, so it'll be a bit more competitive. That's what I'm saying. If you go to Dublin, which obviously it would be. So the other thing you had asked for was about getting your site on the map. So if we have the map of Dublin here, we can just type in, whatever near me, like makeup artists near me or plumbers near me or whatever you want to type in, and it'll show you the makeup artists and the plumbers near you. If you want to add yourself to the map, you go to business.google.com and you can set up a Google business profile. So you click manage now or sign in. You can sign in as your Gmail account if you want, and then you fill out the form and it asks you, do you want to what's your address and what areas do you cover, and then you'll appear in that map. And you can see that the map, when you search for anything, by typing makeup artist Rathfarnham, it shows up the Rathfarnham map first before anything else. So definitely do that. Go to business.google.com, click sign up or sign in or whatever, and just fill out the forms that'll ask you what you do and what your opening hours are and that kind of stuff. And then once you have that done, I can have a chat with you then about how you can add. Let me just show you. This is a girl, Jules Photography. Jules is a photographer, obviously. Jules M Photography in Cavantini, and you can add your products to the site here. So she's ranking really well, even though our website is not. Well, it is optimized, but someone done SEO for a while ago and it kind of got damaged or whatever. But so if I search for Jules, she's added products to the site. So she's actually writing this directly in her Google business profile, where she's actually saying newborn photography, blah blah blah, and she's on the map in Cavantini and has all this extra stuff in there. So she's written like baby photography, frame family portraits, maternity photography, Christmas gift vouchers, outdoor family photography. She wrote a little mini like blog post on all of these things, and that bumps you up in Google. That's like a little hack. So you could do that yourself. You can do this from your phone. You can get the Google Business app in the App Store or in the Play Store or whatever phone you have, and you can write these little articles after you've been verified as a legit person. You're not just some random or pretend to be Aoife. So yeah, it might be worth doing that, and that helps you come up in the rankings. It's like a little hack, as I say, because Google is putting local searches for, so trying to come up for makeup artist Rathfarnham is better than just trying to come up for makeup artist, because Google wants local because they want to push their maps forward, because maps is their product. That's pretty much it. I know I waffled a bit there, but give us a shout back whenever you like, and we can come up with a plan. Thanks a minute.